also please share this link with the other people?
Yes, Bhante.
All right, we are online. I'm going to record this.
Yes, Bhante.
All right, we are online. Let me start recording. Hello, Poonam. Thank you for joining. Thank you, everyone, for joining. And so, I'm going to recording. Okay, here we go.
So you have to introduce the introducer.
Yes. So first of all, I would like to ask Monica to give a brief introduction, and then we will do the other class. Thank you.
Okay. Fine. Thank you, Bhante. Hello, everyone, and a very warm welcome to all our Dhamma friends from around the world. Today, Bhante Sumita of Dhamma USA, which is based in the Los Angeles area in California, USA, he continues our Sutta study series, which is held every Friday at 6 p.m. Pacific time in the US, of course, in North America, and Saturday morning in Asia. Today, he will discuss the Anangana Sutta, or unblemished. And this is a simile of a tarnished bowl. The Buddha uses this to illustrate the blemishes of mind and our conduct. Just to give you a little bit of background about the series, Bhante started this maybe a month and a half ago with the suttas from the Majjhima Nikaya. And it is his intention to go through and discuss the suttas, all the suttas in that Nikaya. We do hope you will join us for this sutta class every week. But I also want to mention something else that's very important that will enrich your understanding of the suttas. And this is the Pali 101 classes that will start shortly, I think sometime in January. When we learn Pali 101 in that separate class, usually on Saturday afternoons, or has been on Saturday afternoons, we learn it in a textbook context. And when you then go through the suttas with Bhante, what you have learned in the Pali classes actually enriches the words that you see in the suttas and brings the suttas to life. At least that's been my personal experience. So I hope that you will join us. They are not discrete, separate courses, but they all combine together to enhance our understanding and practice of the Dhamma. So thank you for joining us. At the end of the discussion, we invite questions. Bhante really encourages you to ask anything that you're not sure about or would like to know more about. Thank you very much. And over to you, Bhante.
Thank you, ma'am.
Hi, Asana.
Okay.
Hi, good morning.
I had to come to the vihara here because my connection was a little bit weak. I hope it will be okay now. Okay, before we start, let's salute to the Buddha, Dhamma, and Sangha. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato Samma Sambuddhassa. Honor to him, the Blessed One, the Worthy One, the fully enlightened one. My utmost respect to the perfectly enlightened Buddha, the noble doctrine of the Buddha, and the noble Mahasangha, the disciples of the Buddha. Hello, everyone. Um, Thank you for joining our Sutta study session that we do every week. So, today we are going to start the new Sutta, that is Anangana Sutta. Uh, Anangana Sutta um, also is a very important sutta um, as Monica mentioned. Uh, so let me get the PowerPoint. Yeah, this is the Anangana Sutta. It's a um, it is the fifth sutta, in fact. So Majjhima Nikaya, Mula Pannasaka, out of the first 50, this comes under Mula Pannasaka. So this is the fifth sutta. And a very interesting discussion happens here with Venerable Sariputta and Venerable Moggallana. And also the Venerable Sariputta is using a simile of a tarnished bowl to illustrate the blemishes. So Anangana means no blemish. According to Attakatha, Angana also has different meaning. Like when you say Cheti Angana, Bodhi Angana, that means the land. Otherwise, here Angana also means blemish. So, in this particular sense, it is the blemish that we are talking about. So they emphasize that the crucial factor is not so much whether there are blemishes, but whether they are aware of them. So most important thing here in this sutta is not to have, it's not about having the blemishes or not in you, but to know that you have it or not. And if you know that you have a blemish, then there is an opportunity for you to get rid of them. And if you don't know that you don't have a blemish, then there is an opportunity for you to go back to the defiled state. So it's very important to be aware. So there are four kinds of people according to this sutta. Um, Let me get started. This is how the sutta starts. Um, Evaṃ me sutaṃ ekaṃ samayaṃ bhagavā savatthayaṃ viharati jetavane anātha pindikassa ārāme tatra ko āyasmā sāriputtho bhikkhu āmantesi āvuso bhikkavoti. Avusoti kote bhikkhu ayasmato sariputtas paccasosam. Ayasma sariputto etada voca. Chattaro me auso puggala santo sangvijjamana lokasming katame chattaro. So, Evang me sutang, this is how most of the suttas start. Thus have I heard. Ekang samayang bhagava, one time the blessed one, savatyang virati jetavane anatapindika sarame, when he was living at the Jetavana monastery of Anatapindika, and then Tatrako Ayasma Sariputta Bhikkhu Amantesi. Whenever Sariputta addressed the monks, how did he address Auso? Auso Bhikkaveti. If you know, if you remember the Bhikkhu Sadda, Ukaranta Bhikkhu Sadda, Bhikkave is Alapana Vibhatti Bahuvachana in this particular sense. So also, friend, monks. And also Tikote Bhikkhu, Ayasmato Sariputta Pachasosum. Bhikkhu also is uh, Patama Vibhatti Bahuvachana, Alapana Vibhatti Bahuvachana. And Avusoti Kote Bhikkhu Ayasmato Sariputta Pachasosum. Friend and Te Bhikkhu, those Bhikkhus. Te means here they, and in this case, when it becomes an adjective, so that means they, those monks. Ayasmato Sariputta Pachasosum replied. Pachasosum means Atitakala Patamapurusa Bhavachana. That is, replied to the Venerable Sariputta. Ayasma Sariputto etang avoja. Venerable Sariputta said this. Etang avoja. Chattaro me auso puggala santo sangvijjamana lokasmi. Chattaro means four. Ime, these four, also friend. Puggala, these four friends. Santo sangvijjamana lokasmi. In this world, there are these four people. Katame chattaro, who are those four people? And these are the four people. Number one, uh, a person with a blemish who does not truly understand that he has a blemish. And the number two, a person with a blemish who truly understands that he has a blemish. And number three, a person without blemish who does not truly understand that he does not have a blemish. So, this is the third person. Number four, a person without a blemish who truly understands that he doesn't have a blemish. Now we know it is very clear. This Chatuskoti Nyaya, or what you call the four, it's not the dialectical method that the Buddha was always using these fourfold ways. So it covers all the areas when he said that. Idhauso ekaccho puggalo angano samano attime ajjatang angananti yathabhutang napajananti. This is exactly what I mentioned before uh, in this slide here. That means one person with a blemish doesn't truly understand there is a blemish in me. Idha in this world. Also, ekaccho pukkalo, there is one person. Angano samano. He has angana. Angana means blemish. And then attime ajjatang angananti. So I have this angana. Or I have this blemish. Ajjatang means inside. Yathabhutam napajanati. Oh, sorry, he doesn't know. Na yathabhutang na pajadanti. He doesn't truly, and na pajanati means he doesn't truly understand. And then idapana also ekaccha puggalo sanganova. So this one actually anganova. The anganova, that means one person with a blemish doesn't truly understand. And the other person, puggalo sangano samano attime ajjatang Angananti yatha bhutam pajanati. Another person with a blemish, but he truly understands, oh, there is a blemish in me. Yatha bhutam pajanati. So here, yatha bhutam pajanati. Please remember, yatha bhutam napajanati and yatha bhutam pajanati. Truly does not understand. The second person truly understands. It can happen to you, it can happen to me. If we don't know that I have a blemish in me, then there is a problem. We will discuss later. And the third person is idauso ekaccha puggalo angano samano natime ajjatang angananti yathabhutan napajan. So then there is another person who actually without a blemish, he doesn't have a blemish. Anangano, na angano, anangano. Sa angano means angana is there, the blemish is there. Anangana is no blemish. But natime ajjatang angananti. Nati means no. He doesn't know that he doesn't have a blemish. Yathabhuta napajanta. He doesn't know, he doesn't truly know that. Idapana also ekacha pukkalo anangano samano natime ajatang angananti yathabhutam pajana. This is the fourth person, the perfect person. That person actually understand, he truly understand there is no blemish in me. He knows that he doesn't have blemish in me. Just like um, when uh, when the arahant, a person become arahant, he also know, he or she knows that he also she is an arahant. So that knowledge also occurs to them. And this fourth person. And ayang imesan dwinnam puggalanang sangananang eva satang hina puriso akayati. Now we have two people. One is hina purisa, the other one is setta purisa. Okay. So out of these two people, out of these four people, actually, whenever Sariputta gives two categories here, in this case, the two persons with a blemish. So there are two persons with the blemish. The one who doesn't understand is said to be hina or worse. I don't know if that is the best word translation here. Hina is, I would like to say, like lower person. Hina person. Okay, he is a lower person because he doesn't understand. So out of the people who have blemish, the one who doesn't understand is said to be, bad to worse. And so hina is lower person. And tatra also yuayang, yo ayang. Yuayang means tatra also yo ayang puggalo sangano samano attime ajjatang angananti yathabhutang pajanati. So in the other case, other two, one who does understand is better. Ayang imesan dwinnam puggalanang sangananang eva satang setta puriso akayati. So um, the out of the two people who do not have blemish, the one who knows truly that he does not have a blemish is what we call setta purisa or noble person. Okay, so tatra also yo ayang puggalo anangano samano nattime ajjatang angananti yatha bhutang napajanati ayang ime sang dwinnang puggalanang anangananang eva satang hina puruso akkayati. And of the two people without a blemish, the one who doesn't understand is said to be worse. So now we know who is the worst person and who is the better person. And tatra also ayang yayam puggalo anangano eva samano nattime ajjatang angananti yathabhutam pajanati ayang imesang dwinnang puggalanang anangananang anangananang yeva satang setta puriso akayati. The one who does understand is called Setta Purisa, noble Purisa, a great person. So these four people are very important, and we need to also recognize our own mistake, our own blemish if we have. If we have a blemish, and if we know that we have a blemish, that means we have a chance to get rid of that blemish. And then if we don't have a blemish, and if we know that we don't have a blemish, that is so much the better. But ironically, if we don't know that we don't have a blemish, then there is also a chance that we might do some mistake. And actually, the sutta discusses about that. Then, Venerable Sariputta said that, Venerable Mahamoggallana, he is asking a good question. Evang Vutte, Evang thus said, when he said that, Ayasma Mahamoggallano, Ayasmantan Sariputang etang avach. Venerable Sariputta said this to Venerable Sariputta. Venerable Mahamoggallana said this to Venerable Sariputta. Konu ko avuso Sariputta. Hetu ko pachayo. So, yena imesang dvinnang puggalanang sangananang yeva satang eko hina puriso akayati, eko setta puriso akayati. Now, Venerable Mahamoggallana is asking, Hetu and Pachaya. What is the Hetu? What is the cause? And what is the Pachaya? What is the reason for this? Out of the Dvinna means two. Dvinnang Puggalana. This is Chatti Vibhakti Bahuvachan both. So out of these two people, Sangananang eva satang eko hina puriso, and one person is hina purisa, and the other person is setta purisa. Why do you say so? One is better and one is worse. Kopana also sariputta hetu kopatyo yenai me sandinnam puggalana. So he is asking, what is the reason why of the two persons without a blemish, one is said to be worse and one is better. And Venerable Sariputta, actually, for them, Venerable Mahamoggallana, he doesn't really need to know that, but he does that in order to help others. He wants Venerable Sariputta to explain this to other monks for the benefit of the other monks. That is exactly why he said that. Tatrauso yo ayam puggalo sangano samano attime ajhatang angananti yatha bhutang napajanati. Tassa etang patikankam. So tatra means there also. Yo ayam puggalo sangano samano attime ajhatang angananti yatha bhutang napajanati. Tassa etang patikankam. So if somebody doesn't know that he has someone has angana or blemish, tassa etang patikankam. To him, this doubt can happen. Okay. Na chandang janisati. Because of that, because he doesn't know, and because of that, he doesn't make any enthusiasm. He doesn't generate any enthusiasm. Chandang janisati. Vayamasati. He doesn't make any effort. Viryang arabasati. He doesn't make start any energy. Tassa anganasa pahanaya, to get rid of that or to give up that blemish. So if you don't know, you don't make any effort, you don't try to get rid of that blemish, and that is the danger. So sarago sadoso samoho sangano sankalittachitto kalankarisati. So that person, kalankarisati means will die. Kalankaroti means to die. and dies. Kalang karisati means anagata kala. So will die. Sarago, raga, sarago means with raga, with greed, and sadoso, and that means with hate or with anger or hate. Samoho, with ignorance. Sangano, and so with blemish. Sankilitta chitto. Sankilitta means Kilita means pollute. Sankilita means we can say more polluted. Chitto, with more polluted mind, so more corrupted mind, that person will die. Why? Because he doesn't know that he has a blemish. There are lots and lots of people in this world who belong to this category. They don't know what they do. They don't know there is anything for them to do. They are all in complete darkness. And if they don't know, now what they do is they keep actually uh, collecting more and more sankhara or more and more bad karma. Sarago, sadoso, samoho, sangano, sankilita chitto kalankarisati. So that is why we keep traveling in this samsara. Sayathapi. This one is a good word for you to know. Sayathapi, just as. Also, Kangsapati Abhata Apana va Kammara Kulava Rajenache Malenache Pariyo Nadha. Now, this is a very traditional simile. Like in most of the sutta, sometimes when you explain something you don't know, and the Buddha and all the other great monks, they would also give some simile. So here, whenever Sariputta explains, Kangsapati Abhata Apana. Apana means from the shop. So a bronze dish, Kansapati Abhata Apana, Kammara Kulava, Rajena cha Malena cha Pariyonadha. So what happened when you brought that, and it Rajena cha Malena cha, that means it is already covered with dirt and stain, and Pariyonadha means covered. And tamenang tang enang samika nacha eva paribhunjayung nacha pariyodhapayung. So the owner, samika means the owner, and neither use it. Paribhunjaya means he doesn't use. Na paribhunjaya, nacha eva paribhunjayung. Na pariyodapayung also doesn't clean. He neither uses it nor he cleans it. And if he doesn't clean or doesn't use, raja pathecha nang nikkipeyum. So, and also he will keep it in a dirty place. Nikkipeyu. He will put it in a dirty place. Raja pathe. Raja means dirt. Evang hiso also kansapati aparena samayena sankilitthara assa malaggahita. So when you have that, whenever Sariputta now is asking, he's asking another question from Venerable Mahamoggallana. What happened over time, aparena samayena, later on, and that kansapati, that bronze dish, and sankilitta thara, asamalagaita. So what do you think? That will become more dirtier and more stained? And Venerable Mahamoggallana said, it's very clear. Evang also iti. Yes, Venerable. Yes, friend. Evameva ko, evameva, like that. In the same way, also, friend, yo ayam puggalo, sangano eva, samano, attime ajhatang, angananti, yatha bhutang napajanati. So, In the same way, if someone does not know that he or she has a blemish, then this same problem will happen. And that person will not na chandan janisati na vayamisati na viryang arabisati tasangana sapahanaya. He will not take any effort. He will not try to get rid of that, and that is why that person will die. When he dies, he will die like with lot of sarago, sadoso, samoho, sangano, sankilipta chitto. He will die uh, uh, with raga and with dosa and with moha, and sangano with blemish, and sankilipta chitto with polluted mind, corrupted mind. Tatravasoyam puggalo sangano samano attime ajjatangangananti athabhutam pajanati. Now, Venerable Sariputta goes to the second person and he knows that he has a problem. He or she knows that he or she has a problem. Tassayetam patikanka. And then what happened? He or she has an opportunity to get rid of that. And Chandan Janisati Vayamasati Viryang Arabisati Tasanganasa Pahanaya. This is very, very important. I think many of us, those good people with some good karma, good kalyana with the friends, and also with listening to Dhamma like this, can really help you understand that you have some issue, you have some mistake, you have a problem area in your life. And when you know that, when you analyze, self criticize, and then you investigate in yourself, then there is an opportunity for you to generate enthusiasm, chandan janasati. And Vayamasati. Vayamati means also to make an effort. Viryangarabhisati. And so rouse up energy. Tassanganasa to get rid of that blemish. And so arago, adoso, amoho, anangano, asankilitta chitto kalankarisati. So that person, there is an opportunity, there is a chance that person will die without greed, without hate, and without delusion, unblemished, Anangano. Anangana Sutta. So the first time we find here now Anangana here, with an uncorrupted mind. So there is a chance for that person. And the same simile is used to explain this situation, Venerable Sariputta. He says, Sayatapi also Kansapati Abhata Apanava Kamar Kulava Rajenache Malenache Pariyonadha. Suppose a bronze dish was brought from a shop or smithy covered with dirt or stains, and Tamenan Samika Paribunje Yuncheva Pario the Payunche. So he used it, and also he cleaned it, and then he didn't keep it in a dirty place. Nacha nang rajapate nikipeyo. He doesn't keep it in a dirty place. Evang hisa also kansapati apamain parisuddhatara asa pariyodata. So at the beginning it was a dirty one, and so over time, wouldn't that bronze dish get cleaner and brighter? Now, Venerable Sariputta is asking a very clear-cut question from Venerable Mahamoggalana. He has to say, Evam also, yes, yes, friend, yes, Venerable. Evameva ko also, yo ayam puggalo sangano samano attime ajjatang anganang ti Yatha bhutang pajanati tesang tasetang patikang kanchandan janasati. So Venerable Sariputta now explained just like that. In the same way, take the case of the person who has a blemish and does not understand, you can expect that. He will take an effort. He will try to get rid of that. And there is a chance that person will die without raga, without dosa, without moha, and without blemish, and also with uncorrupted mind. He has a chance to die like that. Tatra soyo pukkalo anangano samano natime ajhatang angananti athabhutang napajanati tasse tang patikankam. Uh, Now, the third person, take the case of the person who does not have yo pukkalo anangano. Now, he is not angana, he is anangana. That person is anangana. That means no blemish. Nathime ajhatang angananti. So he doesn't know. Yatha bhutan napajanati. He doesn't know that I don't have a blemish. Tasetam patikankang. So when you don't have it, when you don't know that, what will happen? And there is a chance he makes some mistakes. And he subha nimittang manasikarisati. So he will focus on the feature of beauty, subhanimitta. And then tassa subhanimittassa manasikara rago chittam anudhansesati. Now what happens um, when you have um, that subhanimitta or that feature of beauty, when you focus on the feature of beauty, lust will infect that person's mind. Rago chittam anudhansesati. This is raga, the lust, will actually pollute his mind. So that person sarago sadoso samoho sangano sankilitta chitto kalam karisati. That person will die with greed, hate, and delusion, blemished and also with a corrupted mind. Chayathapi also kansapati abhata apanava kamara kulava parisuddha paryodata. Even though, just like, even though if you brought a kansapati, a bronze dish, which was pure and which was bright, but if you don't clean it, what will happen? If you don't use it, what will happen? It will get dirty. Tamenan samika nacheva paribhunjayu, nacha pariyodapayu. So he doesn't use it, nor does he clean it. And Rajapatecha nang nikipayung, and also he will keep it in a dirty place. Evang he also kansapati aparena samayena sankilittatara asa malaggahitach. So what happens if you don't use it, and if you don't clean it, and if you keep it in a dirty place? In the long run, even that pure one, good one, will be more stained. So Venerable Mahamoggallana said, yes, Reverend. Evameva ko also yo ayam puggalo anangano samano nattime ajjatang angananti yatha bhutan napajanati tassetam patikankang subha nimittang manasakarasate. So the same thing is explained. In the same way, take the case of the person who has no blemish and does not understand it. And you can expect that person will die with raga and dosa and moha. And also he will be blemished, and he will have a corrupted mind when he dies. So very important uh, situation we have here. And tatra usoyo ayam puggalo anangano samano nattime ajhatang angananti yathabhutang pajanati tassetang patikankam subha nimittang na manasikarisati tassa subha nimittassa amanasikara rago chittang nanuddhans sessati. So tatra also yo ayam puggalo anangano samano nattime ajjatang angananti yathabhutang pajana. Now the fourth person, that person knows exactly that he has no blemish, and he knows it very clearly. And so when he knows that, you can expect that they won't focus on the future feature of beauty. Subhanimitta na manasikarisati. He will not manasikaroti um, is to focus. He will not focus on that as subhanimitta because he knows that he is very clear. And for that person, actually, that kind of a situation, there is an opportunity that he will not focus. And tassa subha nimittassa amanasikara. Tassa subha nimittassa amanasikara. When you don't focus on that subha nimitta or the feature of beauty, and rago chittang nanudhansesati. So, na anudhansesati. The raga or the lust will not infect their mind. So, arago adoso amoho anangano asankilitta chitto kalang karistati. And that person will die without raga, dosa, moha, without greed, hatred, and delusion, and anangano, without blemish, and asankilita chitto, with no corrupted mind. That person will die like that. Seyathapi also Kantapati abata apanava kammara pulava parisuddha pariyodata tamenang samika paribhunjayan cheva pariyodapayan peyuncha nachanang rajapate nikkipeyum. So now the same example is given. It's very clear. Everything is very clear when you experience like that. Seyathapi just as. Suppose the bronze dish was brought from a shop, and it is very clean and very bright. And that person, the owner, the Samika, Sami is the Lord or the owner. So Samika, the owner, Paribunjayuncheva Pariyodapayun, and he uses it and also cleans it. And Nacharajapatainikipayung, and he doesn't also keep it in a dirty place. And then what happens? When you do that, evam iso also kansapati aparena samayin parisuddhatarat asa pariyodata. So in that kind of a situation, that bronze dish in later on will it get more cleaner and more brighter, and then Venerable Mahamoggallana said, yes, Reverend, yes, friend, it will get more brighter and more cleaner because you use it and you clean it and you keep it um, in a better place. Evameva ko also yo ayam puggalo anangano samano nattime ajhatang angananti yathabhutang pajanati tasetang patikankam. Subhanimittang manasikarisati tassa subhanimittassa amanasikara rago chittang nanudhansesati. So arago adoso amoho anangano asankilita chitto kalang karisati. Just like this, in the same way. Uh, the person who knows that he doesn't have a blemish, and he will die, uh, because he will die without raga dosa moha, without any blemish, and also kilita chitta, because he doesn't make anything, like he doesn't focus on the feature of beauty, and therefore the raga will not infect his mind, and so that person will die as uh, as an uncorrupted, with an uncorrupted mind. Okay, I think this is a good point for us to stop the class today, the session today, and we can start again next time. And until then, we will say goodbye. And if you have any question, or Monica can conclude the session.
Are there any questions from anyone? I have one actually. Oh wait, hang on. Savita, do you have a question? No. You can either unmute yourself, ask a question, or you could put it in the chat.
Yeah, what's your question?
Okay. The third kind of person, a person who has no blemish. I can't show my view now, never mind. There. A person who has no blemish and yet he does not understand. How is that possible? Can you give us some examples?
You say it's not like those Sotapanna, Kadagami, Anagami, or something. But there can be average people who are still good, who are still good, but if they are not mindful, things can happen to them. You need to have that manasikara, yoniso manasikara. Even if you are conducting well, and if you don't know your conduct, there is an opportunity, there is a chance that you do some mistake. And because you think of something as those uh, with your weak mind, there is an opportunity for you to make a mistake.
But does the ego come into play in such a case? Would it?
Ego can come into play, the lust can come into play, the lobha, dosa, moha, anything can come into play because you are not mindful, right? So, like tentatively, you are okay. You are good. Maybe like when you practice, you're good, or you are trying to do it temporarily. But if you don't follow it up, and if you don't hold on to that, if you don't maintain it, then there is an opportunity for you to lower um, that beautiful achievement that you had. So very important. Uh, Even though you are you practitioner, but temporarily maybe, but if you don't maintain it, don't follow it up with that, also you are not mindful of your own achievement. You are already there, but you have done something good, and you don't really feel connected to that. You don't focus on that, and then there is an opportunity for you to come lower and degrade from that status. Really, very unfortunate situation, right? So that's why what do you call manasikara, as we say yoniso manasikara, sati sampajanya. These are very, very important concepts that we have to be in touch with. Yeah, does it make sense? I think
Yes.
we can discuss more later on. We will come to discuss more about this our situations. Actually, there are many problems that we have. We can discuss these things. It will be really important for us to know. Hopefully, next week will be more important for us.
Actually, yeah, it's nice. It would be helpful to have like real life day-to-day examples,
Mm, mm.
because that's what we struggle with.
Okay,
You know?
okay. Real life, for example, let's say now you meditate, okay? During the meditation time, you're fine.
Mm.
You're fine with your meditation. Like that time, you don't say anything bad, or you don't think anything bad. You don't, physically, mentally, verbally, you're fine. But then you don't hold on to that beautiful spiritual achievement. Maybe one day retreat, 10 days retreat, and immediately after that, you get lost, and you just, immediately connect with the rest of the mundane activities, and then you get back to the normal life. uh, it can happen, right?
Yeah.
It can happen. And same thing, like even when you listen to a Dhamma talk, and now, for example, you know that, and during this time you're fine, but then you think, oh, we had a good Dhamma talk, we had a beautiful Dhamma lesson today, and then you you forget it. You don't pay attention to that, right? You know it, and you don't pay attention to that, and then there is a big opportunity. uh, you know it. This is the irony. You know it, and you get infected by the lust and all. Yeah, this is a more, I think, more contemporary uh, simile that we can cite. Does it make sense?
Yes, of course.
Yeah. Okay.
Anyone else have a question? If not, we'll let Panche go to his chanting.
Yeah, we'll have a chanting later on. You can join us later.
Yes,
And okay,
yeah.
then
Right.
with that we conclude. Thank you for joining us, and hopefully this knowledge will help you understand. If you have a blemish, you can actually self-analyze. You can explore, in self-investigate. I have a problem. I know that I have a problem, and if you analyze it, if you know it, and then think of it and try to do something about that. You know those chatu sammapadana, uh, uh, viriya, what you call, when you know that you have something bad in you, you try to get rid of it. And when you know that you don't have it, and then you don't allow it to come to you, then when you know that you have some wholesome thought that you don't have it, you try to get back to you, and those generate in you, and also those wholesome thoughts that you already have, you try to more cultivate and more improve in you. Those are the chatu sammapadana, what we call. And I think we should try to inculcate, work on that, and hopefully it will be more useful to all of us. And thank you for joining us today. By the power of this practice and learning, may you all be well and happy and healthy. May all your loved ones, near and dear ones, friends and relatives also be well and happy and healthy. And may all the devas and all the departed ones and also be happy, well and happy and healthy and safe. And may all of us be able to achieve the supreme bliss of Nibbana. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Let me conclude the session with a short chanting. Sabbitiyo vivajjanto sabbarogo vinasato mate bhavatvantarayo sukhe dīghāyuko bhava. Bhavatu sabba mangalang rakhamtu sabba devata sabba buddhanubhavena sada sutti bhavantu te. Bhavatu sabba mangalang rakhamtu sabba devata sabba dhammanubhavena sada sutti bhavantu te. Bhavatu sabba mangalang rakhamtu sabba devata sabba sanghanubhavena sada sutti bhavantu te. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Thank you.